Certified post-accurate by Weather Rate.
All right, a good Saturday morning, mid-Michigan. Welcome to the weekend. It's definitely been a few hot days over the past several, and it does look like we will have a few more very hot days to deal with just in time for the weekend until we finally see some appreciable relief from the heat and humidity next week. Let's go ahead and show you where we go for today. This is a look at the high temperatures, not including the humidity. This is just your air temperatures as we get into the afternoon today. Upper 80s look to be a fairly decent range for most of us, but the further south and west you go, definitely going to be in the realm of possibility to hit 90, if not exceeding that into the lower 90s. On top of that, there is a heat advisory in play for where those temperatures look to be just a little bit warmer than everywhere else. Still going to be plenty of heat to go around across the region, but it's a heat advisory anywhere we do have the orange colored shading there along and near US 127, as well as near and along I-69 and further south and west. Heat indices combining the heat and humidity going to make it feel like most of us today are in the 90s, if not in these areas especially, approaching 100 degrees. So it's always good to go over the heat safety. Some of this already we know, it's common sense, but also just good to go over it again when we do have extreme heat in the forecast, especially for the weekend time frame. Limit the time outdoors, especially during the peak heating. That's going to be into the early afternoon time. Seeking shade when possible. Breaks in the AC, always a good idea. Make sure that you're also taking in enough water if you need to. Also, don't forget about your pets. They need to stay hydrated as well. And if you do have to spend some time out in the direct sunlight, always a good idea to wear loose colored, light colored clothing, or loose fitting clothing, I should say. It helps absorb less of the sunlight and can help keep you just a little bit cooler out there. Pinpoint Doppler live from MBS. You do have a few showers now starting to move into the tip of the thumb. That's near Tuscola County, Huron County. You also do have another pretty good thunderstorm now just moving to the east of Manistee. That does look to approach Roscommon County within about the next half hour to 45 minutes. And it does look like our better storm chances are going to be the further north you go. That's just because there's going to be a warm frontal boundary draped pretty much over the northern sections of the lower peninsula. So that's going to be our better chance to see, or at least our trigger to get a few more showers and thunderstorms developing into the afternoon and evening. We're also checking in with the tropics, and it's also active here as well. Hurricane Ida, now a Category 1 storm, and going to be strengthening very quickly over the next 24 hours. Unfortunately, looking to make landfall near Louisiana and New Orleans sometime tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. If you have friends or family in these areas, make sure that they are taking the necessary precautions to stay safe during that storm, if not just evacuating. Hour by hour forecast as we go throughout this afternoon. Again, that better storm chance for us here in mid-Michigan is going to be the further north of the bay you go into the afternoon and early evening hours. We'll continue with that very small chance, especially as we go past midnight into your early hours of Sunday morning. Looks like our main dry time for this weekend is going to be overnight and into the first half of tomorrow. Notice we don't really have much to show you for your morning into around lunchtime on Sunday, but then a cold frontal boundary is going to be moving in from the west as we get past lunchtime tomorrow, and that will give us better coverage for some showers and storms as we get into the day tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and take a look at your severe weather outlook again for today. It's going to be the further north you go. Some damaging winds, hail, and heavy rain do look to be the main threats. Today you've got temperatures near 90 with hot and humid conditions. Again, your better storm chance will be the further north you go for today. Better coverage comes tomorrow into the afternoon for all of us. Temperatures both days in the 90s with heat indices approaching 100. Finally, some relief though as we get into next week. Temperatures only near the 80s and upper 70s by next Wednesday and Thursday. Trevor, back to you.
Looking forward to next week. Thank you, John.